question though is why is it that every time as a child or when we were kids, you're going out to visit people, they're always like, "Don't eat when you get there." What's going on? Is it that is
You
it?
know what's going on.
Well,
You know what's going on. Don't pretend like you don't know what's going on.
okay, I'll
Yeah,
try
I
not
have
to.
a
No.
theory. I think African parents, when we were growing up,
Yeah.
did not understand the idea of you just existing as a child peacefully in your own space, minding your own business.
Yes.
The reason why they keep calling you to come and
True.
do these random tasks is just they want to be engaged in every single moment of your life. So even if you're in your room staring at
Yes.
the wall, an African parent will be like, "Why is that child just sitting there staring?"
I'm going to be honest. If I'm doing it because I want a human remote. That's it. That's the
You know,
truth.
no.
I
I
ain't
think
gonna lie.
technologies that
I ain't gonna
I
say I'm
think
building character of any child.
This
no, I think
No.
this one is definitely
you need there's you know when your parents is beating you and they are reading the Bible verse from the Bible about parents used to do.
Who are you attracting at this stage?
how are you guys doing?
Good. Wait. Please like and subscribe. Please stay to watch and then let us. Anyways,
Ayo is
how
really
we doing? I'm
dedicated.
good, thank you. Of course,
Yes,
this is my
yes. The
job.
hustle is real.
I, I don't have a lot of things to do here, so let me do what I can do. Yeah, my week was good. Got some. My week is good, but it's in preparation for next week, which could be better.
What are
So
you doing
let's
next week?
pray
Is
that
it
it's
something
better.
you want to share with us?
Just having a couple of meetings that is meetings like going forward, future type of meeting.
Okay, that's good. Well, wish you good luck
Okay.
with that.
All right.
Thank you very
All the
much.
best.
Yeah.
Break
I,
break a leg.
Yeah.
I
That is
like my
so
legs.
Nigerian to say, but break a
Break
leg.
a leg.
Yeah,
Bella,
I
how
like my
was your
legs.
week?
Honestly,
I do want to say something. I
Okay.
miss FIFA. I play FIFA a lot and I miss it. I haven't played it this year. There's that. But anyways,
That's good. You're on a FIFA detox.
okay.
Might I suggest before you go for
yeah,
your
but it's not
meetings
going
about
well.
the future that you cut your hair and get a bit of a shave?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Why
I would
you
like
can't
to, but
cut
I
your
don't think
hair in
that's gonna happen.
Limpopo?
It's not that I can't. I just there's no. It's very everybody's timetable is too busy for me because where I live
What are
is
you
kind of
busy?
far from
What
like
do you
main
mean
town.
everybody's timetable? You literally need to
Wait,
take
I don't
yourself
understand.
to a
So
salon.
It's quite far.
I
There's no
don't
taxi
understand.
type of a situation here. There's no Uber. I can't just get into an Uber and then
There's no Uber
you
in
know.
Limpopo?
So in the town I'm in, me, there's no Uber. There's Uber in Polokwane, but there's no Uber in the town I'm in. Who's Ubering you here?
Then
What do you
just
see these
drive.
places? Maybe
Borrow
Joburg.
your dad's car and drive.
I can't drive.
Ayo, you can't drive.
Are you are you
it's
just finding
it's
out now?
it's 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 the way Demi is like, you can't drive.
Like
Are you just finding out
Demi,
now?
yes,
this
he
is
cannot
I
drive.
can't.
what do you mean you can't drive? You're like over 30. How are you getting around life?
So so there are plenty of people that
How are
can't
you
drive and
even
overtake.
alive? How do you go? This is why you actually don't go out. You're not an introvert. It's because you can't drive that you don't go out.
No.
What?
How about this?
Yo,
Because I'm
yo,
an
yo, yo, yo,
introvert,
yo.
I did not bother learning how to drive, so I don't have to go out. Hmm?
That doesn't make any
It's
sense.
always that question.
So you're not gonna cut
It
your hair
does.
now
I
because
have
you
nowhere
can't.
to go.
Literally, you just put the thing in drive and you press one pedal. They've even made it
You know what?
easier.
You know what?
No, we're not all of us have automatic yet. Some of us actually have like
Even
what
that
they
is
call it,
easy.
manual and stuff
It's
like that.
basically like it's a
Eh,
two-step situation.
It's not a situation of two step or three step. It's a situation of like if the police stop you and they ask for
Demi
your
is
license,
drive splaining.
and then they will be like, "Bruh,
She's hey,
oh,
no, 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 no.
I saw something today."
Ayo, don't go to the whole license
No,
thing. No.
forget about license
You
thing.
you
I saw
you
something today. I saw something today of like somebody's what is the men have men's lane? Which one is women's one? It was so funny. when women start a conversation, they want to tell you about their day, man, and they go on onto every little single details, right? You made a name
Yes.
for it. I forgot the name, but
Yeah.
it was really cool. It was really cool. And the
Demi
women
is
in the comment section
getting
were even
a bit
agreed.
touched, but
I'm not
okay.
getting touched, but
I don't
I'm
know why.
like, please learn how to drive.
Don't worry.
You are
There has never been a reason to.
No, no, no. Ayo. You can't say this. So you want to wait till there's a reason to
learn how to
drive,
drive
then that's when you want to
exactly.
learn how to drive.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like when
I'm not
someone is
really in a
dying,
rush
you'd
to
be like,
Wait,
how
learn
do
how
wait.
you
to drive.
it's not like riding a bicycle, honey. You can't just get on it and be
I
like,
didn't
I'll
say
try to work
wait.
out my balance and then start pedaling.
All right, okay. Let me explain when I said need to drive. Certain things would be certain things I would factor in as need to drive. One, when I have to drive to work, I will factor that as need to
Are
drive.
you really
Two,
explaining?
I promise you, I'm not
Wait,
interested
Ayo.
in driving.
Wait, Ayo.
You're the
I'm not.
It's
generation
like
of
It's not because
driving is one of like, see, there's life skills. Like there's some things you should know how to
it's
do
like
as a human
cooking.
being.
not really,
Like in case anything happens, yes,
not really,
you need to cook.
because like let us be honest, right? In the next 10, 15 years, right? No, there will be so many self-driving cars around the world.
What
What's the point? There are already self-driving cars right now. In the next 10 to 15, there will be so many
do you know what?
self-driving
Yeah, I
cars.
met
What's the
someone
point?
yesterday who drives a Tesla. He got on the road. It was like not really there wasn't bad traffic. So it was like I'm driving by the coast, let me put on self-driving, like the whole stop and go situation. The Tesla refused. It did not
Yes,
come
but that's
on.
a Tesla. And that's a Tesla. But current, did you guys hear about the whole thing of like when there's this town, not town, it's a city in America where there are self-driving cars, and when they went to go park, so they were all going to go park, right? And they kept only like yeah, at each other, and it was waking everybody in the community up. So they have
Yeah,
self-driving
yeah. So
cars,
it's I think
like actual taxis
Yeah,
and
I
that
know.
stuff,
I think there's Google Waymo or
and
something
also
like
Tesla,
taxis that don't
and
have
also
drivers.
Tesla released a bunch of cars this week that
Oh,
are
please,
self-driving, like
let's
completely
not. They're not
self-driving.
self-driving.
So
Those cars are not self-driving. But
no,
let's
they
move on.
are.
They're not.
No, they are.
Ayo,
They
They're
don't even
not.
know. The
Ayo,
Tesla one,
Ayo.
the
What
patient, the
dragged
Tesla
us all
ones,
the way here is about driving. Eh?
I hear you. The one that were
Please.
released this week, they do not even have windshield, not windshield, the side mirrors. They are completely self-drive. They
Yes.
don't have wheels and stuff like that.
Those are the
So
concepts.
yes,
The cars
Ayo.
themselves are not
You
ready.
don't want to be you
Go
Ayo,
and
you
learn
don't
how
want to
to
be
it's
drive.
driving a
fine.
car. Ayo, and a robot decides not to work and you cannot do anything about it.
Exactly. What's your
Just
Yes,
option?
saying.
yes.
Just saying.
There are plenty of people too that actually know that learned how to drive previously and then they don't drive anymore and they have drivers.
Till you
That's why we
get a
have
driver
Uber
is what we're hearing. I think just go start that YouTube
or
channel
Uber.
of yours independently where you're screaming about movies because
Ah,
this is not the one that's going to help you earn a driver. Let's just make it clear.
Don't worry,
Anyway,
don't worry. I don't put
moving on.
all of my hopes on you
What
guys.
I
I don't put all of
never
my hopes
mind.
on you guys.
Biella, how
I
was your
didn't trust
week?
you that much.
Was your week good?
my week was good.
Okay,
My week was good.
that's
Yes.
great.
I think that's all I'm just gonna say.
Okay,
My week
yeah,
was good.
same. My week was fine. As you know, I'm traveling, so it was good. But let's move on.
Yes, let's move
What
on.
are we doing today,
So
guys?
what are we talking about? Ayo, introduce the topic in less than 40 seconds.
Now we are giving timers on topics now.
You've
Ah,
already
yeah, yeah.
used 10
You know why?
seconds.
Congratulations. So today we are going to be talking about generational trauma. That we will decide if we are going to pass it on to our children or not. And this is going to be African related generational trauma, specifically from the West African region of Africa, based majority in Nigeria. But I feel like a lot of Africans can relate. And for the people that are not Africans, they all just look at it and see what you missed. I guess some of the things you don't
Yeah,
have to pay
what you
therapy
don't have to
for.
deal with, more like.
Exactly. And yeah, I think it's a
But
bit tough because
I actually feel a lot of them will be shared by many African
no,
countries.
they will be shared. But the cool part, I think the most interesting part is, do you think you're going to pass it on? Now, none of us are parents yet, but given the comment section of some of these, I feel like a lot of people are going to pass it on. Anyways, it's just
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, the first one would be remote. You know, when you're all in the sitting room and the remote is just within your parents' reach, but because they are too lazy to grab it, they are telling you that you're sitting at the other side of the sitting room to grab it.
Yeah, this
Never
this
You know,
mind.
this brings
you know,
back unfair memories.
Right? Like never
you know
mind
the
being
one
at the
that
other
really
end.
killed me, right?
Never mind being at the other end of the living room. You might even be in the kitchen. And they're just like,
You know the one that killed me, right? Sorry to interrupt. It was in the comment section. The people told the parent to wait till the kid goes upstairs and then
yeah,
call her to
that's
come and pick up the paper.
that's exactly what used to happen to me. I think like you'd be in the kitchen doing something and then
Oh,
your parents will call you and be like, pass me this remote.
Wait. Something they told you to go and do.
Exactly.
yes.
It's not like you just decided to just go and be doing stuff. No, you are doing something for them, and then they call
Yes.
you to pick up something that's in front of the table. And you're just like
No,
inner
definitely.
peace, inner peace,
And
inner peace.
because
Now, to answer the question, will I transfer
yes,
that to my kids? I'm not sure.
don't lie.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
not sure
I'm
because you
not
don't
sure.
know what
Like,
you're going
I'm
to
not sure.
be when you become a parent.
Because no.
I think
What I'm saying, I'm not sure. Why I'm not, is because like at some point I did have like a discussion with my mom, and she's like, "See, this is the benefit of having children. Like,
it
why are you
is.
my
It
child?"
really is.
And
It really
and when
is.
she said that, I couldn't argue with it, right? So part of me clearly did not like it, of course,
I think
but why are you my child? Go and bring it for
Do you
me.
know what?
But
Yeah.
I will try not to be
Do you
that
know what?
parent. I'll
Yeah, I
try not
have
to
a
be that
no.
parent.
theory. I think African parents, when we were growing up,
Yeah,
did not understand the idea of you just existing as a child peacefully in your own space, minding your own business.
yes.
The reason why they keep calling you to come and
True.
do these random tasks is just they want to be engaged in every single moment of your life. So even if you're in your room staring at
Yes.
the
Eh?
wall, an African parent will be like, "Why is that child just sitting there staring?" Viola, come and grab me this remote. It's like I'm just like,
And
I don't get
Yes.
it.
I agree. I
personally,
agree. I agree.
I think I have to pass on this culture because again, from what I've seen so far, people is like this is building character. This is character building.
Which
It's like if
No.
now now
That's BS. That's BS.
now they didn't say it was good character. They just said it is building the character.
No.
Something is being built.
Look, I'm going to be honest. If I'm doing it because I want a human remote. That's it. That's the
You know,
truth.
no,
I
I
ain't
think
gonna lie.
technology is that.
I ain't gonna
I
say I'm
think
building character of any child.
this
no,
No.
this one is definitely getting passed
I
down.
think technology is the only hope. I
Yeah.
think technology is the only hope. If technology develops to the point
Robots.
where there's no longer need
Yeah.
for remotes, that's the only way they are safe. Otherwise, nah, somebody is picking up
Eh,
I
remote.
don't
It's
see
just the truth.
okay.
even then I feel like African parents would be like, come and turn the screen for me. Come and be in the hologram. I
That's
want to
true.
see how it looks like.
That's
Like
true.
they just it's just the thing
they
where
will find a
you
way.
can't
They will
exist.
find a
You
way.
can't exist peacefully.
They
Anyway,
will find a way.
True. True.
yeah. What's the next
Next
one?
Next
one.
one, there's one that I just thought of now. So the one about when you're going out, they'll be like, "Don't eat where we are going to," right?
Ha!
And then when you get there,
Uh-huh.
the person they gets to ask the parent, "Hey, should this child can this child eat?" And the parent will be like, "Yes."
They will
And then they look at
sacrifice you.
ask him if he wants to eat. And then they look at you and you're like, why are you doing this
that
to me?
that
You
is
do
And you're
I want to
hungry.
eat.
that is
I want to eat.
that is terrifying and so accurate because you're sitting there, you don't know if you should say yes, I should eat. Like you're like, did they change their minds before we got here? And if you
Bruh,
eat, they're going to come after
you
you
are
when
in
you're
Eh,
going
trouble.
home. They'll be like,
You are in
oh,
eh,
trouble.
eh.
you're eating
You are
like
in
you've never
trouble.
seen
Let
food
me tell
before. Nigerian parents
eh,
are
I
so
have
weird.
hey, my brother was my brother saw heaven and hell because of he decided to say yes, I will eat. Hey, my
No,
mother did
even
not wait
now.
for us to get back home. On
Why?
the drive back home, she just told my dad, "Park." The man parked. He said "Park." Debo wants to pee. He didn't say he wants to pee. This woman dragged this boy out and gave him a barrel of life. I told you not to eat and you were eating. Are you
Why?
hungry?
But
Poor boy
I
that
think
just
my
wanted to eat.
question though is why is it that every time as a child or when we were kids, you're going out to visit people, they're always like, don't eat when you get there. What's going on? Is it that? Is
You
it?
know what's going on.
Well,
You know what's going on. Don't pretend like you don't know what's going on.
okay,
Don't pretend like you don't know
let me
what's
see.
going on.
85% of the time,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Nothing is
is
going on. Nothing is
diabolical
happening.
things, right?
No, it's not
No.
the no,
They have
They
fears.
think that
Now, whether it
no,
is
diabolical
legit or
things are
not,
happening, not that
no,
they are
no. My
happening.
yes.
thing is no.
The other percentage is this: we don't want our children to look like a lady.
Oh, let me say this. It's two things. First things first. It's fears, right? It's fear
Yeah.
of something happening,
Yeah, fear.
and half the
Yeah,
time nothing is happening. In fact, 90% of the time
nothing is
nothing
happening.
will happen.
Mm-hmm.
But that
Yeah,
10%, firstly, you need to safeguard about. But the second one, I actually feel like the second one is the most important one. Don't look like we did not feed you at home.
it's I think that's yeah.
Embarrass. Ah,
Yes, that's the thing.
That's
And
crazy.
and the worst part of it is that,
yo.
and the worst part of it is that you saying no is them saving face for themselves
Yeah.
or through you. Because they will accept on your
Yeah,
behalf.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
you have to say no on their behalf. It's a
for
mess.
them. Imagine turning the child to the adult.
Yeah, that's
Eh?
crazy when
Yeah.
you think about
Now,
it.
I will not do that one.
Yeah.
I will not do that one.
Or
I
better
won't do
still,
that one.
giving a testimony in church that implicates them. Not just regular testimony, give a testimony about your school, something that happened, but anyone that happened at home, things that happened at home that are giving testimony about
How
in
are you even
church
giving
that
testimony as a
involves them.
child? You are very
No,
brave.
you can't. It's those joint, you know those, you know those joint service, ne? You know those joint service, and you have never been warned because nobody has ever like nobody expects you to give a testimony,
Mm.
and they are calling for
Ayo,
testimony,
is this a
and you're dumb
personal? Is
as
this a personal trauma?
This is it's sounding like
is
it
it? Yes,
because
yes, it was,
Ayo
yes,
Okay.
it
clearly
was.
thought he would be a
Yes.
pastor at some point, so he decided to go up and give a
Don't worry,
testimony, and his mother
don't
slapped the
worry.
hell out of him, and the pastor just
You
died.
know, you want to know how bad it is now, ne? To the point where I remember like our pastor was talking about there are some people in this church now as old that they will graduate and we will not even know. I'm like, I'm one of them. I'm never talking to them. I've never seen shit.
You need to
I
keep
will,
your
I
peace.
will disappear and they won't even know. No, I will never see you, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of my things. Ne? It's one of the things I do now. It's like, if I'm looking for like, if I'm praying and I'm looking for breakthrough, I'll be like, I will go give testimony. I know it's traumatic. You know where people, you know where people be like, I will donate $100 of my money. Mine is give testimony. Right. Anyways,
Yeah, no, I don't.
another one.
The food thing, the food thing, I
I have
don't get.
another one.
Do you know why the food thing is on? Just
Not
before
the,
we move
Yeah.
on, is that generally Nigerian culture, part of hospitality is offering people food. Like Nigerians introduce you
Yeah.
to their
Yeah.
culture by cooking for you or buying you clothes.
For you.
So when you go and visit
Yeah.
people, the expectation is they will offer you something to eat. And so
Offer
when your
you
parents are
food.
like, "Don't eat,"
Yeah.
it's so awkward. Like when you get there, and especially if those people have like good
It's
food and the food looks better than your
of
parents.
course.
it's always
Oh,
good. It's
oh,
always good.
forget about that one. What about the ones in your sleep? Do not eat in your sleep. I've never felt more guilty whenever I wake up. I swear. I'm like, what should I do?
But you know
How am I
what?
supposed to control myself in my
The
sleep?
eating in the sleep now is expensive. Did you see? Because of the cost of living crisis, even the people that are cooking in dreams,
Ah,
they're struggling. They're struggling to show
Sleep
up.
for yourself. Oh. Sleep for yourself. Oh.
inflation has
We don't
entered
have that kind of
dreamland.
money.
Ah,
You know,
voila.
no. I think it's Dami's choice of restaurant that is reflecting in our dreams. Some of us that are still, some of us are still getting home cooked meals where we visit is different. Oh. Because I remember as a kid, that's the biggest. I feel like whenever I eat in my dream, right, I feel like my week is messed up. But I can't tell them, and I will be feeling both guilty. I feel like something is going to happen to me. I feel about like failed. I think it's because of the food you ate at night. Now you'll be
Another one
thinking
that
I've
just
been
crossed
cursed.
my mind now,
Yeah.
based on what you just said, Ayo, is like every Nigerian parent came first in school.
Oh yeah.
No second position.
And they all worked.
Everybody. If you fail a class, you are not representing the
They
brand.
will ask you, did the person who
How?
came first have two heads? I walked 15 kilometers.
Uh-uh.
I did not have food. I'm just like,
Uh-uh.
this is so not helping. Like,
I'm sorry.
no.
Have
Eh?
you ever been
Ah.
motivated by your neighbor?
No,
or the kid that you don't even know.
no.
Like my idea is no. The idea is they will tell you. You see you see your mates.
Yeah.
You see Danny. You
Let
see
me
Biola.
let
You
me
see what they
crack
are
you
doing.
guys up. Do you know the one my dad used to do that was the weirdest thing to me? We used to live in like a really busy part of Lagos, and then we moved close to the outskirts. So it wasn't very developed and stuff. And like quite a lot of people there were still, on the up and coming. So our house was one of the normal houses on the street. I think at that time there were maybe three normal houses. We had a bathroom, running water, and everything. But when we were driving school in the mornings, there'll be kids whose parents were bathing them outside near the gutter. My dad would be like, "Look
Yeah.
at those kids. Can you see? They are better than you. Up outside, taking a
Ah.
bath." I'm like, so should we leave? Like, should we leave our
Should we
bathroom
go outside
and come
and
outside or what? I don't
Oh
understand.
man. Oh
All
man.
in the name
I
of
feel
saying
like I,
he doesn't even know if the kids are doing well in school. He knows nothing about them, but just because like they seem to be having a
I
hard
hear you.
time,
I hear
it's
you.
like, yeah, they're
they
probably
struggle.
more motivated than
They
my
struggle.
kids.
They are
No.
stronger than you. They are more
Exactly.
African
resilient.
Because we also had like a
African parents can
driver who
relate
would
to
take us to
struggle.
school. So for him, it was just like the worst thing. Like these kids, yeah,
Privilege.
exactly. They're so
You
Yeah.
see,
spoilt.
you are just privileged kids.
And then come back from
African parents can
school.
relate to struggle.
I'm telling you, come back from
Struggle.
school and you're not first in class after a driver dropped you in school
Ah,
every single day.
ah. What is the thing that is holding
What
you?
is
You
your
feel like
excuse?
Exactly.
exactly.
And you know what? The worst thing also was like we would get home and we had someone who would do the laundry. Sometimes my dad would even do the laundry for us. That was like a thorn in my flesh because it'd be like,
Actually, what is
we
your excuse actually for not becoming first? Actually, I want to know now because it doesn't make sense. Everything is being done for you. Like, what is holding you back? On the good, like honestly,
that man
what
stressed
you should not do
me.
for enough.
It just stressed me out. I was like, what is happening?
What
Seriously,
holding
what was
you
holding me
back?
back was that my dad would give me newspapers to read. And I had to explain what I understood from the newspaper. That wasn't part of my schoolwork.
Ah.
You know what? To be honest, like hats off to him because he made me a good reader. Like
No, but
now, if I
That
read,
was
no, that was
nice.
good.
Like in
That
the
was good.
you
yeah,
Yeah, that
opened
was
up your
good.
yeah,
mind.
exactly. If I read, I understand because he was like, "Don't parrot back what you read. Explain what the situation was to me." So
Summarize
how was
and
that? I was
yeah.
busy doing that. So how was I going to come first in physics?
Excuse this. You not do laundry. They are driving you to school and back.
Why
What's
was
the
your mind
problem?
opened? Why was your mind opened if you could not then apply it?
Oh my god!
Abori. Excuse
So
me.
another one that like this one touched me, touched my soul.
hmm
Guests will come or visitors will come and then give you money,
And your
right?
parents will take it from you.
And then your parents will take the money, and
Keeping
then
it for
if
you.
you dare, the money is for you. But
Keeping it
if
for
you
you.
dare ask about that money, if you make the mistake of asking about that money, you will hear the story of your
You
life.
hear how many months it took to give birth to you. Like, no, I don't know why they do that. I think in a way they made kids bad with money, right? Because you never really knew what the value of money was, because all the money was concentrated into the hands of your
Exactly.
parents. So you know, like they didn't
My
start a
thing is
culture where they were
always
like, okay, save the money, and then if you save it for this long, I'll maybe give you a little something as interest. They didn't do all
Yeah.
of that. They're
Nope.
just like bring the money. Next thing, your money is when they're using to buy plantain, and plantain is not even for you. The plantain is for when they're visiting your auntie in the village. On the way there, you
my
see
thing
your
is the
And then they'll
200
story.
be like,
naira.
My thing is the story.
if you
Why
dare ask for the money,
why
so
say
all the food
no,
you've been eating in this house, where do you think the money is coming from? How dare you?
why say you want to keep it for me, but I cannot ask for it back?
Yeah.
That's my thing. Is the trauma? It's like if you're gonna take the money, take the money. Don't
Mhm.
even say it's for me. Because now I'm thinking I'm thinking I have money somewhere that I will never see again in my life. It's the lie, it's the betray. On top
Yep.
of them not even seeing the money.
And on this one, I'm also going to say this. If those adults, to be honest, wanted to give us the kids money, they should have done it when our parents was not there. If they want
But
us to
how
have
would
the
they
money.
look like good
They
people?
know, everybody knows,
No,
everybody's in the
but
plot.
Biola, how would they
No.
look like good people if they give it to you in secret? The parents have to see it. You need to understand, like in African culture, all of these things, they're like a dance.
Won't make
They're
it
like
sense.
a
They need to
It's a
dance.
dance.
see.
Everything is
That's
about
They,
how
and I'm the victim in this
exactly
dance.
everybody's
I am the victim.
everybody's positioning
it makes sense
themselves.
now.
That's just what it is. But let me tell you
Obvious.
guys,
Because if they if they don't see it, then that means they haven't done their part on the visit.
Exactly.
No, but you know
It
what,
doesn't
Demi?
make sense.
Thinking about it, if they actually do that
Mhm.
and you don't tell your parents, and for
Witchcraft.
whatever reason
Witchcraft.
they find out,
But
you
how
Witchcraft.
got
will they
money.
find out?
Witchcraft.
How will they find out if the giver does not tell them?
Because you will eat something. You will buy something.
Some
to eat.
givers will
You will
talk.
buy
Givers
something.
will talk.
Forget about
They
givers to
always
talk.
talk.
Even you.
Or you
Even
buy
you.
something.
Even you. How are you
Where
having
did you
money to
get
buy
money
something?
from?
Where are you? You kilo ra. Ibrotiri.
That's so funny.
Another
Next
one that I
one.
feel
Next
like another
one.
one. This is not even
Okay.
parent related. I will just say one word. NEPA.
NEPA.
If you know,
Oh
you know.
God.
NEPA.
I don't think people realize that happiness is a choice. Like you wake up.
Sorry, we'll have to pick up again.
Okay.
That noise would just mess up my audio, right?
Okay.
Sorry,
That's
it's a
alright.
thing that happens in Nigeria.
So what is it exactly? It's a trap.
Load shedding. That's what you guys call it.
Oh, so it makes noise?
So when the power comes back on, it makes noise,
Really?
right? So you didn't notice it because I have an inverter.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't affect the
It
light
doesn't
and
affect the
stuff.
lights, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So
So does it come on top of the hour like hours?
No. It's just based on whoever is controlling the switch and how he feels. So if his wife just messes up with him, he switches everything off. Like, fuck y'all, my wife is
Oh,
quarreling with me.
South Africa will burn their offices down if they did that.
Over here, it's at his discretion.
Oh, hell. South Africans, they're very big on rights.
Do you know, like,
That's trauma.
Is
That's
that
trauma. Though. That's trauma.
that's serious
That was
trauma.
just trauma.
I don't
Trauma.
get it.
Shit.
Yeah. But you know what? While
Trauma.
we're talking about NEPA, we also need to talk about the beds old people in Nigeria are buying and saying they're orthopedic beds. You guys, those beds are like concrete. They are like, if you're a person with breasts and you sleep on that on the bed, your breasts will become
But
flat. They are so hard.
that thing is trauma though, because it's like sleeping on the floor.
Exactly.
It's just
Imagine sitting on a mattress
it's polished.
and it doesn't
It's
budge.
posh sleeping on the floor.
Like you sit on the mattress, it doesn't budge. There's nothing like.
The bed is like this, Rock of Gibraltar.
In fact, the wall of Jericho must be jealous of that bed. I'm just like, what is this? And they're like, it's orthopedic. I'm like, you guys, they're selling you cement. I'm pretty sure if we open this mattress, there's limestone inside. So yeah,
You know, but
people.
that now reminds me of a question. Like, what about conscious of people that do sleep on the floor and their back is pretty much okay? Is it a question of like, are you adjusted to it throughout your life, or like which one is the
I
best
don't
one?
know. I have no idea, but I just know those beds are rubbish. If that's the case, let everybody sleep on the floor. Don't sleep on the floor. Let's call it a day.
Let's just sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
Another one. And this one is I saw it. Okay, growing up it affected me, but I see it like because I have siblings, right? So this one I actually got to see a lot because now that I got significantly older than my younger sister when she was born, it's the thing of like when your parents are going out and you want to follow them and they ask you to go bring slippers. Up to today, my little sister doesn't wear slippers. And I'm not saying it's because of that particular trauma.
She has cracked
No,
the
all I'm
code.
saying is that
Trauma-induced intelligence.
but also, don't you feel like we actually have trust issues because of some of these issues
Of course.
that we get from mom?
Of course.
Because they betray, though. Like you go, and then they are gone.
Never even mind what they're doing. Remember, there was this show called This Life on TV, and the advert would play like almost every 10 minutes. And it was this boy who wanted to jump from a roof, and his dad said, "Jump,
And
I
daddy
will
says,
catch
"Jump."
you." And when the boy jumped, the dad moved out of the way, and the boy broke his leg. And he was like, "This is a lesson. Trust no one, not even your father."
I can't jump, father. I will break my leg.
I say jump. I will catch you.
Can I trust you, father?
Of course you can't trust me. Remember, I am your father. Jump!
Father. Why did you do this to me, father?
Now, this is your first lesson in life. Never trust anybody. Not even me.
You think we don't have trust issues?
Not even me, your father.
Exactly. Like literally.
How would you have trust issues?
Yeah, no, trust me, that just comes
Now
with
this,
being. Yeah, it just comes with the territory, unfortunately.
if you guys have, do you guys have any other generational trauma one? I have. My generational trauma is now moving away from parents, but I think this one is not even a trauma, but it's just I'm just pissed at
Okay. Uh-huh. I thought of
it.
one now. And
Go
I'm
ahead.
not gonna
Mine
lie,
is yeah.
I like this one. I don't know how
Okay,
to I don't maybe achieving it is probably I probably will not be able to achieve it, but I like it.
okay.
The look. When your parents give you
Oh,
that
I
look
still do that.
and
Oh,
you know that
I do it with my
wait, who do you
colleagues.
do that to?
me,
I do it with my
it's
colleagues.
done.
I
Oh,
do
I
it
am
with
with
done.
colleagues.
I don't know what I have done, but I am done for.
yes. It's do you know
I
what? Do
like
you
it.
know
I'm
what?
not gonna
And
lie. I want to be able to do that.
it's not only one look though.
My
Like
question is,
that particular
doesn't
look I like.
everybody see the look?
Hmm?
Doesn't everybody see the look? Because when they are doing, usually the look is only in public
Mm-hmm.
or when there's visitors around.
No
So my
offense,
thing, so
no
my question
offense,
is,
but
doesn't people see the
most of
look?
the parents now, like parents with kids now, like, of course we have parents, yeah, but like young kids now, they don't seem to have that thing where
Yeah,
the parent
that's
looks at the child and the child just gets the
no.
Oh,
message, like
I
But
calm down, comport.
that look only applies because there was threat of being beaten. There's no longer any threat of being beaten. Now you go to jail before the kid before the kid is touched. You end up with this. I'm sorry. Do you think timeout invokes that kind of threat?
that's
Nah,
true.
man, that kind of threat only there's only one thing that invokes
Yeah,
that kind of
I
threat
hear
is
you, I
ass
hear you.
whipping.
But I would that's some I can't that's the kind of relationship I want to have with my child where I don't have to say something, but you get the message.
Yeah,
Like
I still
No,
whatever
you
it
can't
is,
have
you
that.
I
just
still
that's
do
the
it. I
kind of
still do it with
relationship
my
I would want to
friends.
have,
I still do
to
it with
be
my
honest.
friends.
So
And
But that's because they
like
are older.
behave.
That's because they are older. That's not for a kid. You need there's you know when your parents is beating you and they are reading the Bible verse from the Bible about parents to
that
discipline their kid.
do you know what this reminded me? And
Bruh.
do you know what? Yeah, this might not be traumatic for everybody or generational trauma in any way, but I remember when we were young, we used to do morning devotion every single day, starting at 5 a.m. till 6 a.m. 1 hour
Yeah,
morning
yeah,
devotion every day.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then my dad
yeah.
and his brothers used to have these prayer meetings every Tuesday, every first Tuesday of the month. Those meetings would go on for hours. Like they would pray for every single person in the extended family. And they would all be standing. So you can't sit as a child. You also stand for like 4 hours. The one time they were like, oh, go invite the neighbor. So I went to the neighbor and I'm like, oh, daddy said to invite you for prayer meeting. He said, is it the prayer meeting I always hear where they keep saying amen for like 4 or 5 hours? I said, yes. He said, tell them I'm not at home.
I
he
don't
said,
blame the neighbor.
he said,
No,
But
like this one be so then growing up, there used to be I don't know if you guys remember there was the Redeem Camp, right?
mhm.
Which was
yes,
every first Friday. Then there was Prayer City, which was Mountain of Fires every first Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
So
how
we
many
would
church did you
go
go to?
for Friday. We would go for
How
Friday
many village
mid
people were
vigil,
pursuing your
and then
family?
Saturday morning.
No wonder
Do you
Bella
know what
can be
made us stop
rejecting.
it?
No wonder Bella can be rejecting calls from pastor. It's like I've been praying before you went. You even decided to become a pastor. Then like I've been
Yo,
delivered for multiple lifetimes.
like yo,
That's just, yeah, no,
you
that's a
guys have
lot.
no idea. The day it stopped was, and we didn't have a car then, guys. We didn't have a car. We were jumping down for from Friday night, and the traffic is bad. You can spend like
Yeah.
3 hours, like on the
Can I ask
road.
you, can I ask you
Going
guys
to
a
boat, you
question?
probably spend maybe 8 hours on the road because of the going, coming, going.
Lots of,
Like
lots
so,
of
the day we
productive
entered
hours.
this driver was drunk. He
Oh my
was
God.
drunk. My mother prayed. We just prayed. And one of the prayer was, God, I will not do this again. I trust you. I only need to go for one. And that's how we stopped.
Oh
That's how
my
we stopped
God.
going to the Friday
Guys,
camp
do
thing,
That
and
you
we just
think
started doing the Saturday.
our generation is less
So,
religious than our
yo,
parents?
yes, and I think it's a good thing because when I reflect back on what my childhood was like in terms of religion, I'm just like, yo, it was hectic. Like even my
Oh,
mom at some point said to me that she regrets the amount of time we spent doing religious activities because she felt it would have been more fun time to spend with us, her kids. Because on
With the
Friday
kids,
night,
yeah.
at least yours was once a month. Every Friday night there was vigil at church. We would go, and where we were, I think at some point like our car was having trouble because I mean we're not well off or anything. So we would get off at
And
a
you are
bus
driver,
stop.
so don't you are the driver.
No,
Please
we
calm
did,
down.
but that was later. We would
Calm
get
down.
off. We would get off at the bus stop, and
It's the
then
That
prayer.
was later. That was later.
we would
That
It's
was
walk.
the Friday
later.
players.
No, we would walk all the way for like an hour, 30 minutes to get to the church from the bus stop because there was no other way to go at that time of the night. It was in a village. And then we would get there. And you know what? This is just a story for another day because that church was so wild. There was a time we were outside for church because the owner of the church building said he didn't want people to pray in his building. So we would be praying outside and it would be raining on us and we would be clapping and singing and drumming. You want
It's blessing now. It's blessing now.
Demi. See, at some point
Don't
we
worry.
need to introduce a section, where
Everybody
we
got
you
beaten
just
by
go
hell.
and lie on a couch and just
Everybody,
just let it out,
bruh.
let it out. This is
this
traumatic.
is
This
like
is
so when people are
this
always
is
like, oh
Everybody.
Demi,
let
I'm
it
just
out.
like you guys, you don't know what we have given to. We would be there and the service will end at like 5 a.m. So it wasn't a vigil of 2 hours.
Actually,
It
Yo,
would be like
I'm
12
not
to
even
5
gonna lie.
a.m.
no.
And then Sunday
I
morning
think
you
the
are back in
resentment
church
from
at
that
7
period.
a.m. And then it will go on until like 3 p.m. No, my God. I'm okay.
That's another trauma one again. Church in Nigeria. I think
Church.
that's still on many churches. 7 to 3 p.m.
And then parents with meetings after that 3 p.m.
Ah,
But I think it's
but
that
you know what?
resentment that is stopping people from going. That is stopping our generation from being as involved in
Yeah.
church
True,
as they used to be.
true.
Because I feel like people went
Very
crazy
true.
with it for a period there. Because I remember the first time I left Nigeria and I came to this side and we had a church meet and we had church. It was in Pretoria. It was like a basketball gym. And it was done in like 1.5 hours. I'm like, you people are not Christians. And 1.5 hours. I'm like, you people are going to hell. they even had food after service. I'm like, people are not making it. No, I promise you. I don't think I have the. I don't think I have the concentration to stay in the 4 hour. 3 hour service, 4 hour service. It's not
I
possible.
can't. I think 2
It's not,
hours
I
is
don't
my
think it's
max.
possible these days.
2 hours is my max.
4 hours.
2.
Like that person has to be doing something like they have to be telling the greatest. Like
No,
their preaching has
don't
to
even
be
be
on
telling me a
point.
story. For me to be there for 4 hours, you must be doing a gymnastic segment where I'm like looking at something
Yeah.
like a performance. You can't be telling me a story because I'm done. I'm gone. I can't. Like the trauma. But there's one I just thought of because I know we have to end off soon. Why did Nigerian parents rather insist that you had to eat your food before you could eat your meat? Why was meat a reward? Were we that broke in the
Yes,
country?
one,
You know what?
but also, I actually feel weird eating. I actually can't do it because I've tried it before, and maybe it's trauma or maybe
So
they were right.
let me tell you
But what
guys
it
what
feels so
broke
bad
it
now.
for me.
Yeah.
What broke it for me was at 13, I went to stay with my uncle for like a month holiday,
Mm-hmm.
right? And basically his house is just boys.
Mm.
He wasn't married then. It was just filled with boys. Like there were maybe 7 of us. If you wait till you finish your rice before you eat your meat, somebody would have taken your meat. That's the kind of house it was. So you eat your meat first because you so that was what broke the whole waiting to finish the whole food before you eat your meat for me. Because the first day someone took my meat, the second day someone took my meat, and you can't fight because they are bigger than you. So the next day you start hiding your meat and you start chopping your meat quick before
They
you
reset Biola.
that
Biola was
broke
like,
that
I
trauma.
need protein.
Hey,
You know what?
reset, factory
I
reset.
agree. But I feel like it's that idea of like keeping the best part of something to the last. You get my point?
But
Like,
but
the best-
isn't that
okay.
a sense of them also having some kind of trauma where they don't enjoy things in the moment, right? Like they're not like, oh, this thing's here, let me enjoy it.
True.
Delayed gratification.
No, but
Like it has its
that's
benefits for
true.
sure,
That's true.
but it also
No,
has
that's
like a
true. That's
negative
true.
element to it because how do you know the meat will be there? Like Biola learned by the time you're
True.
done eating.
Well, I will say this.
And that's
I will say
life.
this.
Capitalists
your
will
meat
chop
has
your
been
food before they'll chop your
no,
meat before you finish get there. Oh. Better chop
I
your meat.
I will say this, man. Unless you have been through the experience of Viola, I feel like you will pretty much continue that way.
Yeah.
So unless
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
has stolen your meat several times, even now, Viola, what do you do? Do you eat your meat first whenever you are eating
No,
your meat?
no. So now, no, I eat like as I'm eating my meal, I'm taking out
Yeah,
of the
Yeah.
meat.
same
And
here.
that's
Same.
reasonable.
But
That's
I
how
still
it is
leave.
now.
But I still
Yeah.
leave like the biggest chunk to when I'm finished. I don't know. It's kind of like a reward. It also like
For
it
eating
depends on
rice.
the meal because if the meal is not if the meal is if the meal is rice, I'm sorry, I'm not finishing my meal before the rice is finished. Rice is not that great. I need I need motivation. I need motivation to finish that damn rice. I'm not
Anyway,
finishing my rice before the meal.
you guys,
Anyway, guys,
Oh,
I have
God.
to bounce. Sorry, everyone. Our recording is a bit short today, but I do have to go eat breakfast and prepare for a hike.
I'm sure. I hope. And if there's anyone you recollect, please put it in the comment section.
Yeah.
Let us
yes,
know what you think about this.
clearly that means
And if you're not a Nigerian but you can relate with any of the things we said, please let us also know.
Yeah.
Hit us up. If you're white and for whatever
maybe that
reason
would
this
be
happened to you,
any of them,
That's true.
or
or
if
hey,
you can
maybe
think
you
of
have your
international
versions
one.
of
Exactly, that would be so cool.
traumatic things. Let us also know, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, hit us up.
Thank you
Like,
guys very much for
subscribe,
joining us.
click on that notification bell so you'll know when we release content.
And
All
we'll see
right.
you next week and ask if Danny survived the hike.
Yeah.
That is
Next week I'll
clearly
be in
you so
London.
excited
She
about.
will survive. She will survive in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Not that kind.
Mm,
That's another generational trauma.
that's
Of the
another
idea
one.
of like you can't say nothing
Not
without it
oh,
being
see,
nothing.
always speaking positive. Ma'am, is this elevator? Is this elevator
You can't.
going down? I am not going down
Never,
in Jesus' name.
Jesus
never
name.
mind the elevator. You can't even say I have a headache. My mom will be like, "It's your enemy that has a headache." I'm
Ah,
like, all the
yes.
best to my enemy then.
Positive, positive words.
Anyway,
Are you
Ah,
sick?
God.
No. I am strong in Jesus' name.
Who are you attracting at this stage?